Did you know that ID requirements are changing in order to fly domestically?
October 2020 is a very important date for travelers.
We've been hearing for months now about the new mandatory travel IDs you need just to get through airport security next year. Tonight, would you lie to fly?
You don't identify as female.
No.
You don't identify as male.
No.
They're being told you should lie about who you are in order to access your government. I think that's a big problem.
17 states are now issuing non-binary birth certificates. Those are IDs for transgender people who do not identify as male or female.
Question tonight, what happens now that they have to get one of those new mandatory real IDs? They only have two options at the MVD.
So will they have to lie to fly? Nicole Kreitz went to the Capitol to get some answers.
Hello, my name is Ruth Carter, and I'm a licensed attorney in Arizona. And this is your question of the day.
Valley attorney Ruth Carter blogs regularly, answering questions about everything from defamation to copyrights. Sometimes
I am at the Tempe MVD office.
Ruth doesn't have the answers.
Just got my non-binary birth certificate from California, and I'm going to try to go get a non-binary travel ID. Let's see how this goes.
And for this question, the State Motor Vehicle Division doesn't have the answers either.
On the previous record, we have you as a female.
Right, that's not correct.
Okay. There is no option for us to put that.
I knew as young as 4 that I was different.
According to the National Center for Transgender Equality, more than 1 in 3 people who are trans identify as non-binary. Like Ruth, they don't consider themselves female or male. A 2016 report from the Williams Institute at UCLA ranks Arizona 12th in the country for that population.
The abbreviation for non-binary is X, by the way.
The system is telling me it has to be an M or an M.
ADOT and MVD tells us only state lawmakers can add a third gender option to the system like other states.
They are asking me to lie in a government document.
We have a real deadline of October 2020 where we have to conform with the real ID standards. Otherwise, people won't be able to get on planes, won't be able to do basic government functions.
Democratic State Representative Daniel Hernandez started the LGBTQ caucus at the Capitol 2 years ago. He co-sponsored previous attempts to change the law. It's been up twice and never got a hearing.
This is a place where we're supposed to have important conversations and debates, but we get caught up in these things that actually don't matter. This last year, we had a big debate over what is the official state drink? Lemonade, by the way.
You've tied my hands. Are you telling me I don't deserve the ability to fly?
If you don't get a real ID before the deadline, you can still fly with a passport. Ruth applied for a non-binary passport after a federal court in Colorado ordered the State Department to issue the first ever to this Navy veteran. It's on appeal right now in the 10th Circuit, with the feds arguing it would take 2 years and $11 million to change the system.
We're asking for equality based on things that we can't change.
When Ruth's passport arrived in the mail, it said female. They say it's important to consider why we're asked to declare and define sex and gender so often.
If you're going to put gender or sex on a document for me, get it right.
Maricopa County is the fastest growing county in the country for the 3rd straight year.
We're looking forward to welcoming them to America's friendliest airport.
And while Sky Harbor is also the friendliest airport in the country, Hernandez says our state is less than welcoming to all residents.
We are going to be putting a lot of people in a difficult position because we're not addressing this issue like we should as a legislative body.
Arizona needs to have this conversation. All I ask is that they listen, and that they consider the possibility that there are more than 2 genders. I'm not going to tell them that they have to believe it for themselves, but I ask that they at least consider the issue.
You can get a non-binary birth certificate or ID in these 17 states and Washington, D.C. Now, if you live anywhere else, like here in our state of Arizona, it's not going to do much good for the new federal travel IDs we're all supposed to have in order to fly next fall. Representative Hernandez says he'll reintroduce this next session. We asked the House Speaker and Governor about the importance of taking action before that deadline, just 11 months out. Both said no comment. Back to you.
Thank you, Nicole. So, should Arizona add a third gender to real IDs? Well, we put up a poll on our AZ Family News app, and we would love to hear your opinion.